The long cross, which is nodded down here very nicely, is a beautiful layoff there by the Australians to Jim Mackay, and that put Australia through.
It's been over 5 months since Rale's gone. This is another great honour for him as his second family, besides our family, of football. When you look around the room and you hear you all talk, it is an honour for me to hear you speak so highly of him. Debra Rasic.
Beautiful turn up today. Jack, his wife and his son, and Elia and everybody who organised this thing, thank you for getting us together. Right? But to the wives of the players, I mean, that microphone is good for nothing.
You're doing a rally. This is a rally.
And you want people to speak and have a good microphone, you see. And what I'm trying to say is simply, all the ladies have a good time. The first time you recognize. And the ladies of the 74th squad, thank you for being with us all the time. So thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
We'd like to pass on our congratulations to the 1974 Socceroos on their 50th anniversary. As I've said, I think to one or two of the guys here, I'm in awe because I'm looking at guys that were the heroes of our time. We were watching these guys play, cheering for them, and it was such a fantastic time to be a part of the Australian soccer scene. Quickly, I'd just like to say thank you to the organisers of today. Dear Jack, thank you. Hello. Great support. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really think that thank you is just not enough. To our Wonder Woman, Elia, what can I say? She's been behind us all the way, still is. Thanks, Amelia. Thank you. And to Rale's dear wife, thank you for your support. Rale was fantastic for us. He was there from the beginning and helped us get going, took us seriously, and that was really all we wanted. And just one quick thing I have to say that a lot of people, female maybe, have said that the men didn't bother about is in my instance, I was 10 years in women's soccer in New South Wales. And once the men's side of football knew that we were serious, we weren't going to muck about, do stupid things, they were behind us. Apia, Kanalenik, Haikoa, St George, Prague, Marconi. When we were raising funds to go to Hong Kong for the 1975 Asian Cup, straight away they all contacted me and said, if you need to use our club rooms to raise funds, please let us know. If you need to use our grounds to play exhibition matches, please let us know. Sorry to go on a little bit, but I've never had a chance to say thank you to all these people before. We had white t-shirts printed with the club's logo for each individual men's team. They allowed us to go at half-time, sell t-shirts to their spectators, who I must say kindly did buy them as a support for us. I mean, what more can you ask? And then to be able to be allowed by the ASF to go over to Hong Kong wearing, as you guys know, the green and gold. There's nothing better than that if you play soccer. And we were allowed to go over as an first Australian women's team. We were allowed to wear the green and gold. And we were told, make sure you behave yourselves. Which we did. We did the right thing. And unfortunately, we didn't win, but we did our very best for the country, and I think that's all that the country expects of us. So, all in all, thank you very, very much for everything. I've been away from Sydney since 1978 and a long time away from soccer. But when I look around and I look at the faces, I can see all you guys out there on the field and us in the stand. And every time when our prospective teams, Prague and St George, every time the referee gave a free kick against our team, we all joined in and sang, "Oh my, what a referee, his little wooden whistle." So it's been a great time. Thank you very, very much, everyone.
I can say they changed totally my life. My life would be totally different if I never met these guys. And this time is difficult to come here because Raleigh is not there. It was a hard time for me, but I'm so happy to see you all again. And I can tell you that I play around 150 games for Australia, but Football Australia didn't count them. They said no, they are not officially, because I played in the streets of Hanover. But anyway, I love you. Thank you very much because you changed my life.
It was an open-ended statement.
No, it's just a real pleasure to be here and catch up with our teammates from 74, 1973. And it's been an absolutely wonderful afternoon. And hopefully we can do a bit better the next World Cup. Or as far as we go. Okay, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Rod. Hi, everyone, and thank you for coming. I'm very pleased to represent the Lord Mayor, Global Moore, who is unable to be here today, and she sends her apologies and well wishes for this event. I acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of our land, and pay my respects to the elders. I also acknowledge the people of the many nationalities who live in our multicultural and very diverse city. Today, we're joined by some superstars, pioneers and legends of the world game in Australia. I'm so honored and proud to be here and to be amongst all of you. I'd like to acknowledge the pioneers of Australian football. Debra Rasic is representing her late husband, Rale Rasic, OAM, coach of the 1974 World Cup team, Australian Sporting Hall of Fame inductee, Centenary Medal recipient, Australian Sports Medal recipient. Welcome, Debra. Welcome to Technic Kampong. And I heard that she sang here many times in Centenary Hall, and here too. Yeah. So I'd like to acknowledge our guest of honor, the captain of the 1975 Women's Asian Cup team, and representing her late husband, Joe O'Connor, coach of the 1975 Asian Women's Cup team, most successful Australian domestic women's football coach with 11 consecutive seasons undefeated. And Les Scheinflug, AM, first Australian goal scorer in the World Cup campaign and most World Cup campaigns of any Australian coach. All members of the 1974 Australian Men's World Cup team, welcome. The 1975 Australian Women's Asia Cup team, representatives of the pioneers who have passed away and those who can't be with us today. Andre Kreuger, the Director of Football Australia, former Matilda, and CEO of Taekwondo Australia. Andre Isaac, the Director of Football Australia. Alex Divani, representing James Johnson, CEO of Football Australia. Paul Wade, OAM, former Socceroos captain. My fellow city councillor, Councillor William Chan, also my very good friend, Paul Nicolau. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 13th November 1973, the Socceroos qualified for the World Cup for the first time. 50 years ago today, you achieved something no Australian had ever done before. And I hope you have spent the time with immense pride in your hearts. Pride we share as we commemorate this anniversary of your success today. Apart from being the first team to qualify for the World Cup, the The 1974 team is notable for having a team of 9 different nationalities with 14 of the 22 born outside Australia. And it features Harry Williams, the first indigenous Socceroo, and being the first national team to play in the Middle East in front of 110,000 people in Iran, and first national team to play behind the Iron Curtain in East Germany. And of course, the late Rale Rasic, your coach, remains the only Australian sporting coach to be awarded an OM Centenary Medal, Sports Australia Medal, and be inducted into the Australian Sporting Hall of Fame. We lost Rale suddenly and unexpectedly this year in June, so this event has taken on an even greater symbolic significance. He was also the technical director on the first international tournament for the 1975 Women's National Soccer Team, and lobbied the Australian Soccer Federation to support, outfit and fund the team. So it's wonderful to have representatives from the pioneering squad along today too. So much like the national side today, the 1974 Socceroos were a diverse set of talented originating from across the globe. Despite their distinctive backgrounds, all were, and I'm sure still are, today united by an immense passion for the world game. It was a different environment at the time, especially in Australia, less money and less support. However, your enormous sense of pride associated with representing your country and the passion for the game shines through you today. Your commitment to the game and its advancement in this country are laudable, and we thank you for it. And we are proud to recognize your achievement on this significant anniversary today. Thank you and enjoy the day.
And thank you all for coming, and once again, congratulations to everyone. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
I don't know, you didn't have two? Yeah, you didn't have two, and you had another game, so you couldn't swap shirts. Well, I brought this along, I love a prop. That is on the internet. The world's worst sport. You talk about the girls not being able to swap. Well, nobody wanted this one, no matter how hard we tried. Yeah, it's shaking hands, you want it? No, you don't. Until we played Sweden at Olympic Park in Melbourne. And I remember the number 18, don't know who he was, swapped with me. So I'm walking off with a Sweden shirt going, wow, that is so cool. I'm going to frame that when I get home. He's walking off going, what the fuck? As he got close to the crowd, he threw it into the crowd. They threw it back at him. I picked it up, I've got all the boys to say, there are some very famous names here. Just like there are very famous men and women in this country, it's just that they didn't get the chance, especially the girls, to sign it. I'm assuming you didn't sign one, no? See, that's something special, and we talk about Rale and his legacy, and he wants to remember and create a history. There is a bit of history right there. If we get one of those shirts and we get all the girls to sign it. There's little moments like that where we can all go in the museum and think, wow, geez, they did that, or they didn't have that, and they still did what they did. Wow. Now, the other thing I like to do is, I've been asked to say something about Rale. He told me the same story over and over. And most people walked away after the first sentence of hearing that story over, but he always had a twist on it. He always added something that you could relate to today. He was so gifted at that. And if you weren't listening, he'd just touch your forearm, just to make sure that you were, that he had your attention. So when I talked about Rale, I got a phone call from him, and I said, I got the message, I must ring Rale back. When he did something. Next day, oh shit, I haven't rung Rale back. I'll go and do it. Fortunately for me, I rang Rale back, and a few weeks later, he'd left us. And I'm thinking that, imagine if I hadn't made that phone call to Rale, I would have lived with that for years and years and years. So I say to you, all the 74s, to you girls, like Rale did, just ring them up and see how they go every day. Even if you've got nothing to say to them. Rale had that ability to just make us feel very, very special about the past, and he wanted the future to know that. That is how proud, there were 6 or 7 former 74s who were, actually, can I have a drink? Talk amongst yourselves while I get that. Oh, foul, it's my wife. She knows. Right. This is how proud Rale felt. When I was watching this, they were on a Zoom meeting or something. And when it was done, Jimmy Fraser was talking, and Noddy Olsen was telling us how great he was at the tournament, and Cruyff copied him. It's a true fact. You can get the vision you did. 5 days before he did it, you did it. You are dead right. So, how much do we get? When it was his turn to talk, he looked straight down the barrel of that camera, and he used so many words that one of them was powerful. The power of the Matildas and the Socceroos branding, and the power of the green and gold, and how important it was that we create a history. And he just kept looking down the barrel of his camera, and I'm thinking, there aren't too many people with that much passion for the Socceroos and Matildas. We all love them, we sing and we dance and we want their autograph and we'll buy their shirt, but for Rale, it just came from here. So I bring this out and I go, well, that's us. We're proud too. We're very, very proud to be Matildas and Socceroos, whether we're acknowledged for it or not. This is Rale. Can I have Jimmy Rooney up here, please? Yes. It's a big flag and you might not be able to hold it up. Just hold it. This is Rale Rasic. That's how big and how proud he was to have represented his country as a coach. And that's how proud he wanted his players and us supporters to be. And I'll never forget that down the barrel of the camera moment, and I thought, that reflects exactly what Rale Rasic was all about. So on the part, these girls do an amazing job even today. I don't know how you bite your tongue, but you do, and congratulations. 74's brilliant. We don't promote you and celebrate you often enough, but as of today, I hope the people in this room that we can have this vision and this passion and make those Socceroos and Matildas of the future and the past as big as we know they should be acknowledged. So thank you for every single one of you coming here today. I can see the love of the game in your eyes, and we love that. Just the fact that you've turned up to a function like this, it's just very special, and Rale will be very proud. He's standing right there, probably sitting on the bench, can't get a game, but he's sitting there and he's going, you know what? well, congratulations. So thanks, I appreciate that. Enjoy the
Thanks very much, Paul, for that very enthusiastic response. It was just me that everyone think that was
Well, it's 50 years today since the Socceroos qualified for their first ever World Cup. Australia beat South Korea back in 1973 to make it through to the tournament in what was West Germany the following year. The squad came together today to reflect on that achievement and also to honour past teammates.
They were a team of tradesmen, teachers and milkmen, all with a passion for football.
For us to do that and we're all together again brings back so many memories, it's fantastic.
The history-making 1974 Socceroos squad in Sydney today to celebrate a milestone.
And Olsen pushed in the back.
Following a hard-fought qualification campaign, it was Jimmy Mackay's remarkable strike that sealed the 1-0 win over South Korea, securing Australia's place in its first World Cup.
Our family's immensely proud of what he achieved, and it was a great time in his life, and you know, it's great to be able to remember it.
That feat wouldn't be repeated for another 32 years, achieved at a time when the tournament had only 16 entrants, half the number of last year's World Cup.
We never played as many internationals as I do now, and we are proud of, we didn't have the money to prepare ourselves properly, but they did well.
Of the 22 players, all but 8 had come through the country's immigration program, set up after World War II.
It's a testament not only to the game but to the country in terms of people made a better life for themselves here, and the game was part of that.
Their success encapsulating the nation's love of the game, sending fans into a spin, particularly for one German inducted into the Australian Football Hall of Fame, often referred to as the Socceroos' biggest fan.
And I heard that the Australians are coming to the World Cup, and my other favourite player was Peter Wilson, was the captain, the number 3. And so I made my own shirts with some friends also.
Also remembered today, friends who are no longer here, including the team's coach, Rale Rasic.
We learn from other people, we learn from each other. He was a good man, very fair to each and every player.
That team spirit still living on.
I truly believe that culture of the Socceroos is still there, and they've left a massive legacy for everyone in front of them.
Francesca Danuccio, SBS World News.